So today I am here with the most fun video of the year, and that is my Medievalathon Tbr. This is a readathon hosted by Holly from Holly Hearts Books. She's one of my best booktube friends. I'll have her linked down below. This is a medieval themed readathon. She always puts so much work into it with all these different cool graphics and challenges, and I can't wait to show you guys them this round because they are so much fun. You don't have to read medieval or fantasy books for this readathon, but I tend to just read fantasy because I'm a purist and it's completely arbitrary. You can read whatever you want to read. If I have medieval or even Renaissance fantasy, I would prefer to read that just because I like to stick with the theme, but you don't have to. I'll have the Medievalathon announcement video linked down below so you can check out all the details. This is running from January 10th to February 10th, so it's a month-long readathon. You have plenty of time to get in a ton of books, and I actually have 10 books on my TBR for this one just because it's gonna span over 2 months. So how this readathon works is you start out and you are a prisoner, and with every book you read you go up a ranking. And because I'm aiming for 10 books, I'm aiming for the Empress level, but we'll see how that goes. You just never know with me. Sometimes I do really great at these things and other times I fail really badly. But there's a prisoner, a peasant, a squire, a knight, a noble, a prince or princess, a king or queen, and then the emperor or empress. Every round she has like a different challenge system. This round she's doing professions, which I'm super excited about. So some of the professions that you can choose are a tailor or a seamstress, a baker, a blacksmith, a bard, or a clergy member. I am going to go for 2. So the first one that I'm going to prioritize is the bard. As soon as I saw this one, I'm like, yep, that one is for me. I love bards. I don't know what it is. I just love that whole idea. So for this one, you have the different levels. So you have the tavern poet, which is to read a book with a great first line, a traveling troubadour, which is a book with a travel element, house musician, a book that has a book title that's a character's name, a bard college student, which is a book over 400 pages, and then the legendary bard, which is a book with multiple authors. For the tavern poet level, I will be reading The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black, and this has a great first line. Down a path worn into the woods, past a stream and a hollowed out log full of pillbugs and termites was a glass coffin. Instantly intrigued. Then for the traveling troubadour, I of course have to read Bloody Rose by Nicholas Eames. If this is a Holly readathon and I don't read one of her favorite books, then I feel like I failed. So I'm going to be reading Bloody Rose. I'm really happy that I picked up Kings of the Wild last year. It was one of my favorite books of the year, and I just love that recommendation from her. Then for level 3, House Musician, I will be reading Piranesi by Suzanna Clarke. This is a Greek mythology retelling, I believe. I don't really know much about it, but it got really positive reviews last year, and I had several people tell me that it was one of their favorite books of the year. It's also pretty short. It comes in about 245 pages, so this sounds perfect for this kind of readathon, especially because I'm going to be reading a longer book coming up next. Then for the Bard college student level, I actually only have the dust jacket here, but I will be reading The Shadow Rising by Robert Jordan. This is book 4 in the Wheel of Time series. I was supposed to read this during December, but I just didn't get around to it. So here we go. I'm going to read it during January. Every month for the next year, I'm going to be alternating between Wheel of Time books and the Expanse books. So January will be starting out with the Wheel of Time. And finally, we have Legendary Bard, which is a book with multiple authors. And this one is the only non-fantasy book that I will be reading, and that is Deadly Class. This has several authors. Obviously it's a graphic novel, so they have lots of contributors, but I just honestly did not have anything on my shelves that had multiple authors that was not a graphic novel, and then I didn't have any fantasy graphic novels. This is like a sci-fi graphic novel, so I figure, oh well, I'll read this. After I become a legendary bard, then I'm going to move on and go to blacksmithing. I figure why not be well-rounded? I can love the arts and then also have a practical trade as well to really support my family just in case the arts thing doesn't work out. So these ones, the level 1, apprentice, read a book with gold, silver, or bronze in the title or cover. Level 2 is a toolmaker, a book you're scared to read. Level 3, weaponsmith, a book with a weapon on the cover. Level 4, armorsmith, a hardcover. Level 5, master blacksmith, a series finale. To gain my apprenticeship, I will be reading The Princess Bride, which obviously has a beautiful silver accented cover. I actually have read this book before, but it's been a really, really long time and I don't remember anything. So I'm going to be reading this one. This is a very classic, very fun fantasy. Then for the Toolmaker level, I will be rereading Fury Born by Claire Legrand. I am very nervous to read this again because I really loved it so much the first time that I read it, and I just have a feeling that maybe if I read it again, I'm not going to love it as much, which I would hate. So going to be trying to reread this one. Then to become a weaponsmith, I will be reading The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller. Obviously has a gorgeous sword on the cover. I have really enjoyed the past books by Trisha that I've read. I'm really excited to read this one also. I've heard great things about this one. It's been recommended to me a lot, so hopefully I enjoy this one, and her books are always really short and fun. Then for the Armorsmith level, I will be reading The Song of All by Tina LeCount Myers. This book is a Nordic-inspired fantasy, which I've talked about recently in a video, that I am all about anything Nordic. I've had my eye on this one since it came out, but then also Holly recommended this one. She really enjoyed it, so of course anything that she likes, I tend to like too, so looking forward to this one. And then for this last one, the Master Blacksmith level, I actually had a hard time with it because it's to read a series finale, and I'm not joking, you guys. I literally do not own one series finale that I have not read. So all the books that I have that are a series finale, like I haven't read the book before it, so I can't read the finale, obviously. So I just adapted this one a little bit to read like the next book in a series that I've started. And for that, I'll be reading The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is the second book in The Lord of the Rings, obviously. I can't believe that I've made it almost 27 years on this planet and am a fantasy lover and still have not completed the Lord of the Rings series. I've read The Hobbit and I've read The Fellowship of the Ring, but still have not made it to The Two Towers, Silmarillion, or Return of the King. So that is one of my goals for this next year. So I will be reading The Two Towers. Well, that is all the books that I'm going to be trying to read for Medievalathon this year. Please make sure to check out Holly's video down below. And if you're participating, I would love to hear what you're going to be reading. Which profession are you going to go after? Because I am really excited about so many of them, and I wish I could have done more than 2, but here's hoping I can even get the 2 done that I want to. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to like it down below and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me in the future. And I will see you in my next one. Bye!